If you're looking for Ultimate Team coins, check out FIFACoinstank.com in the description below and use the code TRAY for 5% off your order. Enjoy the video. What is up, guys? TRayALLDay here, and welcome to episode number 1 of Season 4 of my Fulham crew mode. This is episode number 56 overall. Now, as you can tell from the title, it is, of course, time to vote. Now, over the last few episodes, of course, if you haven't been watching, we did have kind of a discussion of whether or not we needed to do the financial takeover. There's going to be 3 options listed in a straw poll down in the description below if you just want to skip straight to that instead of watching the duration of the video, but we are going to go over a few different things in this video, of course, as we discuss the pros and the cons, of course, as well as starting off the season. So I suggest you do watch the episode rather than just skipping over to the straw poll, but feel free at any point in this video to stop and go and vote and then just stop watching. It's up to you guys. I completely understand, but like I said, I have to reiterate, there is a straw poll in the description down below that you need to go vote on if you want your input and whether or not we do the financial takeover or not. Like I said, 3 options, and we will discuss those 3 options in just a second. So obviously we're starting off a new season, so it's time to go into the office. Of course, we get this every single season, every single year. Don't really care about it. We get pre-contract player arrival, of course, Antonio Rudiger? I don't know. It's a Rudiger, and he is, of course, a beast center back from Stuttgart that we got on a free transfer. Absolutely fantastic. Then we get a youth squad monthly report we'll take a look at right away. Walker looks decent. Hula looks decent. Rowe looks not the greatest, but we'll keep him for now. White looks decent. McKenzie is indeed gone. Marester, no, he's gone. Ford looks decent. And McGrandles, definitely not a freaking Japanese name. He looks like our best prospect by far. Now, moving down, of course, we can go ahead and delete this now. Domestic Cup performance. This is just based off of last season. You can see that they thought it was pretty, a good showing in the Domestic Cup. Of course, both the FA Cup and the League Cup. We did good in that one. In Europa League, I was kind of surprised to see they were disappointed. I think that's just based off of when I, of course, asked for more money. They gave me more money. It was a bit late, but I think I improved my Europa League objectives based on what they had before, so they were a bit disappointed. We still reached the round of 16, so I'm pretty delighted with our performance in that league, in that competition, just based on how many injuries we had as well. I really can't fault our performance in that competition. Next, they said we did well in the league, of course, finishing 9th in the league. It's not the greatest, but with our team we had and the amount of injuries and, of course, the patch coming into play, I still think we did pretty decent for the players we had. Next, we got our league objective for this season, again, to finish mid-table. We're just kind of strengthening our squad a bit this season. And then, I kind of think I have a more of a realistic career mode compared to other YouTubers, whereas, they sign all the big players right away, a lot of them on free transfers, and they're winning Champions League by what, 3rd or 4th season, maybe 2nd or 3rd season even, winning the Premier League in their 2nd or 3rd season. I think this is very realistic compared to that, so I hope you guys are enjoying it. I hope you enjoy the fact that I'm not, the strongest of FIFA players, and I'm kind of keeping it a bit more realistic, and I kind of like that aspect as well. But moving on, season's budget is 12.5 million with 60,000 on the wage budget. That's perfectly fine if, of course, you guys don't choose the financial takeover. And you can see our domestic cup run objective is to reach the round of 16, so that's perfectly fine. Now, before we head into any transfer target / players we're going to sell, let's take a look at our first team. This is just the team I set up. It's probably going to be our first team for the majority of the season, unless, of course, we sign some new players. We got Saive on the left, Berahino up front, Tovan on the right wing, Oxlade-Chamberlain at center mid, Fofana in the middle, Veretout on the left. We got Haidara at left back, and Kulu and Lascelles in the middle, Santoso on the right, and Nardi in at goal. Now, this is our bench. Obviously, the bench will change quite a bit throughout the season, but I went with this for the first few games I think we're going to go with. We got Liam Moore, Nathan Redmond, Alan Salt-Maximin, of course, our leading goal scorer for the club last season. That's pretty fantastic. Got Masuaku, we got Leia Seika, Grealish, and of course we need a goalkeeper there in Christian Walton. Now moving on to the reserves, we got Rudiger, we got Hoffman, Westwood, Fleury Val, of course, who I'm looking to send out on loan. We got Wilson. Yeah, pretty decent now. We got quite a bit of depth, that is. I think we need a center mid, of course. I would like to bring back Ntep, and we did actually take a look at some regens. We'll actually take a look at that after we take a look at the players we are going to be selling this season. So once I do that, you can see all the transfer listed players there. We got Jonas Hoffman transfer listed. I just have not not been impressed with him whatsoever. I think he could be a decent player pre-patch. I mean, his dribbling's probably decent if I take a look. Yeah, you can see 78 dribbling, nice ball control as well, but they kind of nerfed ball control and touches and stuff like that after, so you basically need some pace to go along with it, and he doesn't have, you know, loads of it. You can see 81 acceleration, 79 sprint speed, 83 agility. He's a decent player, granted, but I'm just not feeling him, so I felt we need to get rid of him. He, of course, was just kind of an emergency replacement for Tovan for the rest of the season, and I don't think it's panned out well. Next, we got George Williams, of course. I think everyone knows who he is. Started off at the club, of course, and has a decent potential, I do believe, but every time I've played him, I just have not been impressed, and we frankly don't need him, so why not get rid of him? Next, we got James Wilson, another player that just has not impressed me in his starts, and now that we have tons and tons of strikers to go around at the club, we need to get rid of one. So I thought we'd get rid of James Wilson, considering he does have the highest wage, and I think he's the least overall rated out of all of them as well, so that's decent. Then we got all these players listed for loan. We got Leia Seika, of course, who is a 70 overall striker. We got Palmer Brown, Dembele, another striker, of course, better than Wilson. Donnelly, Bettinelli, Fleury-Val, of course, another striker better than James Wilson. Walton, Graham, Dominguez, Ter Horst. And that is all the players that are listed for loan. The rest of them are going to be key players for us this season. I'm debating whether or not I should put Redmond on the transfer list, just because I don't think he'll get that much game time this season, and we have Saint-Maximin on the bench as well. So, in fact, I kind of just persuaded myself to put him on there. So we're going to put him on the transfer list. If any bids come in, that's fine. If they don't, then we'll keep him. I'm perfectly happy either way with him, because I do like Redmond in real life, but in this game, I don't know what it is. He just doesn't feel right. But anyway, it's time to take a look at our shortlist, of course. This is really what everyone's favorite thing about career mode is, the transfers, who you're going to bring into your club. So now, these of course aren't all players we're going to be for sure bringing in, but you can just see everyone there on your screen. Zeeler, of course, we need probably a keeper better than Nardi, but I'm fine keeping Nardi considering the fact that he is, you know, he did lead the league in clean sheets last season, so I'm perfectly fine. I just have these two on the bench for the time being. Cody Cropper, of course, a glitched goalkeeper who is American, 80 overall, 24 years of age. He could be pretty decent for us. Next, we got Blaise Matuidi, who of course could be a decent center mid for us. Like I said, I definitely think we need some center mids, so I have a lot right here. You see Pjanic, we got Gustavo, Matuidi, Kovacic, all could be very, very good for us. Next, we got Mehdi Abid, who I just kind of have as my short list right now because we could possibly get him for fairly cheap, considering he is due to be available in a free transfer at the end of the season. Another glitch player in career mode. I think he could be a good signing for us if we can get him for cheap. Next, this is, I can't find for sure who Stevie G's regen is. If you don't know what a regen is, it's basically a player that once a player retires in career mode, they get regenerated as a different type of player, get regenerated as a youth player, and that player comes up, is supposed to be, you know, kind of like him, same nationality, and is in the same league, same position, and that's actually why career mode ends in the year after 15 seasons technically, because all the real players in real life all retire at that time, so they kind of don't know what to do and how to regenerate more players, considering they can't base it off of any real life players anymore. So that is why. So all these center mids, I'm not sure which one it is. It's either a Lobby or Cartwright that will be Stevie G's regen. I think it's not Cartwright, a Lobby, just because Stevie G just retired this past year, so a Lobby would kind of be the more realistic one, considering he's 17, whereas Cartwright's 20, so he's probably a different type of player, but he still has some pretty nice attributes, so I thought I'd give him, you know, at Scout him, see what he's like. Next, we got Samuel Garcia Marin, and I think he's Xavi's regen, if I'm not mistaken. He does look very, very good as well. Next, we got, I believe, Andrea Pirlo's regen. You can see looks pretty nice as well. He does have a potential, it does say he has a nice potential. He's showing great potential, so I thought that could be him. Of course, center mid and Italian, plays in the Italian league, so Andrea Pirlo. Next, we got another player that could possibly be Stevie G. I'm not sure this one is, though. Like I said, I think it's a Lobby, but it could be him. We got this guy who is Ronaldinho's regen, and he looks very good as well. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot, low medium work rates. It's not the greatest for a cam, but it is Ronaldinho's regen, so of course, you know, why not sign him? Next, we got Daniel Sturridge. I don't think we need another striker, but it would be kind of nice to bring in one that's just really, really good, because right now Berahino and Saive are our best strikers, and I don't think those two are really, you know, top quality strikers. So if we bring in Entep, I think I might just play Entep at striker, but Sturridge would be a great option, of course, as well. Next, we got Samuel Eto'o's regen, Ambroise I have no idea. I'm not even going to try. excuse me, he looks decent as well. Again, not, it doesn't look like he'll be that great. 3-star skill moves, 2-star weak foot, but it is Eto's regen. Next, we got Ibra on my freaking short list, just so we know when he can retire, so that we can bring in his regen. And then, of course, Paul George and Tep, who is valued at 14 million. Perhaps we could get him for a bit cheaper, but I'm, of course, going to inquire about him just to see how much we need to pay for him. So, all the options that are listed in the straw poll down below are going to be, first option will be do the financial takeover, sign whoever you want. Option number 2 will be do the financial takeover, only sign Ntep, a center mid to improve your depth in that position in one of the regens, and then spend the rest on your youth scouts. And then the third and final option is don't do the financial takeover and just go with the money you were given. So I think we're going to end the episode off here, so if you could leave a vote, that'd be greatly appreciated. If you could leave that as soon as possible so I can get started on the next episode and get that out for you tomorrow, because, of course, I'm not going to be able to record it until I see the results in the straw poll. So please, 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 please leave your vote in the straw poll down below, and I will see you guys next time. I'm TRayALLDay, and I'm out.